So up until now, the decision making we've been doing with JavaScript is based on one of these boolean expressions. But JavaScript does provide another way of making decisions based on the value that's stored in a variable. And this is achieved by using the switch operator or switch statement. So in this video we'll take a quick look at how that works by using our days of the week and performing a different action depending on what day of the week is stored in a particular variable. So I have the days of the week array that we had in the previous video, and I'm just going to pick out one of those days and store it in a variable called today. And as you can see, the value of today now holds the value of Sunday. So to write a switch statement, we simply use the keyword switch, followed by some parentheses and then some curly braces. And inside the parentheses, you put the variable name that you want to test, that you want to examine, and then we'll do different actions depending on what the value of that variable is. So we're just going to pass in the value that's stored in today there. So currently the value inside today is Sunday, so let's print out a message if that's the case. So you can see we actually use the keyword case and then pass in a literal value after that, so we're checking for the existence of Sunday in our variable of today. And if we get a match there, we're actually going to log take a rest to the console. So that's the basic way that a switch statement works, but of course you can put in as many of these case statements as you like. But you might notice in the right hand side in our output we're actually getting the message take a rest and also go shopping as well. And that shouldn't really be happening because the value inside today is still set as Sunday, so when we get to the case of Saturday it shouldn't actually match that rule. And the reason for that is, with a switch statement, when a case has been matched, every command after that actually gets run in sequence, which is quite handy because it allows us to run multiple statements if one of the cases is matched. But we do need to tell JavaScript when to stop executing commands and when to then move on and check the next case statement. And we do that by simply putting a break statement when we want that to happen. So you can see in the output now on the right hand side, the take a rest message gets displayed, but the second one doesn't because of that break statement stops any further JavaScript statements from running. So as I said, you can put as many of these case statements in as you like. So say for Monday through to Friday, want to display a message saying go to work. You could write a case statement for each of the days and display that same message. But the switch statement provides us with a nice way of catching any other values once we've provided our specific cases, and that's to use a default statement. So now if we change the value of day into one of the working days, you can see that even though we haven't specified Monday as a specific case, it's being caught by that final default case within our switch statement. And I guess technically you should put a break statement at the end of this, but as long as there's no more cases after the default one that you've defined, then there shouldn't really be a problem. So it's worth saying that the value that you pass inside of the parentheses for the switch statement can be pretty much any data type that you like, but it's commonly used with strings when you need to match a specific condition, and you need to perform some specific actions based on the string that's held within the variable. So that's it for this lesson. Join me in the next when we'll look at how to use functions to help you make reusable code.